Today is a classical core Pilates class, and we're really going to be burning up the abs, strengthening the obliques, and getting into that side body because that's going to help stabilize us. So we're going to get started on our mats. I want you to make sure that your knees are bent. Feet are flat on the mat. Lift up, lengthen through the spine. On your exhale, I want you to tuck the pelvis under, leading from the tailbone, coming into your half roll back position. Scooping the abs here. Really exhale, drawing that rib cage down. So you want to make a nice crease in that rib cage. You're going to roll forward, lift up, lengthen through the spine again. Okay, so leading from the pelvis, from that tailbone, tucking the pelvis under, pubic bone towards the wall in front of you, shining up, and then you're going to roll forward, lifting up, lengthening. On your next one, you're going to roll into your half roll back position, a nice C curve of the lumbar spine. Can you get a little bit deeper? So I want you to crunch into that waist. Really find that nice crease in the rib cage. Feel the abdominals really work hard. You are working your deep core muscles here. And then you're going to roll up, lift and lengthen. Take the hands forward now, rolling back into your half roll back position. Okay. Can you sink a little bit deeper? Exhale, blow out all your air. Scoop the abs in, rolling down, vertebra by vertebra. How slow can you take this? Rolling down one vertebra at a time until you get onto your back. Okay, there's a nice long angle in your legs, and then you're going to take your hands down, tuck your chin, scooping in the abs as you're rolling up and over your knees. So really scooping the abs like you're rolling over a ball, and then you're going to roll back vertebra by vertebra. How slow can you go here? I want you to really focus on that core connection. So really focus on going slow. You're going to feel this in your abs so much more than just banging it out and rolling up through your spine. Slow and controlled. We're working on that core strength in this class, which is so important for stabilizing your whole body. It's actually so important for every movement. Exhale. Rolling back down. And then rolling up. Let's do one more. Rolling up through the spine. Slow, controlled. Can you go as slow as I'm going? Okay. Rolling up and over, scooping in the abs, rolling back down, vertebra by vertebra, until you come down onto your back. Rolling down all the way. Extend the legs long, flex the feet. Take the right leg to the ceiling. So notice here, is your pelvis in a neutral position? Did you tuck your pelvis under as you lifted that leg? Make sure that you're in a neutral spine. You can press your hand in towards the floor. You're going to take that right leg across the midline of your body, sweep it down and around and back up to your starting position, pausing here. So inhale, half the circle. Exhale, taking it back up. I want you to try and keep your pelvis as still as you possibly can. Pausing at the top and taking it up and around. So getting into that hip mobility, we're going to change the direction. If you need to bend the other leg, you can. And if you're feeling a clicking in your hip, perhaps keep that circle smaller. You're using the obliques to help you stabilize. Bend that leg, take it down, extend it long, lifting that left leg to the ceiling, taking it around across the midline of the body, sweeping it up and back. Pausing at the top, stabilize, taking it up and around. Let's go for another 2 in this direction. Follow your breath. Other direction, up and around. So really mobilize that hip joint. Working on that hip disassociation so that femur's moving inside the hip joint. Okay, bending that leg in, bending the other leg in. So now I want you to work in an imprinted spine. Okay, so you're going to lift your head up into an ab curl. So draw the abdominals in, extend the left leg long, bend that right knee in towards the chest, really lifting up, flexing the thoracic spine. And then we're just going to switch. So this is single leg stretch. Really work on scooping in the abs, especially those lower abs, working on that intra-abdominal pressure. Exhale as the knee comes in. Inhale as you switch. Okay, very good. Both legs come in, rock up to seated, hovering the feet off the mat. Draw the knees in towards the chest. So now what I want you to do is I want you to focus on the tuck under of the pelvis. So how far can you tuck that pelvis under until you start tipping back, until you start wobbling? And then we're going to go into rolling like a ball. So tuck that pelvis under, and then you're going to roll back, roll forward, catch yourself. Don't let the feet touch the mat. Let's do that again. So can you do that without momentum? This exercise actually works on your control. Okay, rolling back, rolling forward. Try and keep your body in a straight line so you're not rolling off your mat. Okay, work on that control. Tuck the pelvis under, tuck the chin in, rolling back, catching yourself forward. Let's do one more. Rolling back, catch yourself forward. Take the back of your thighs, rolling all the way down onto your mat. Okay, hug the knees in towards the chest, extend arms and legs, circling the arms around, bring the knees back in towards the chest. Double leg stretch, stay with me. I want you to keep those abs in an isometric hold. So we're working on isometrics, working on that shoulder mobility, making sure that the head doesn't lower as you take your hands up and over. Okay, burn out those abdominals. Extend the left leg long across the mat, right leg comes to ceiling. Do you know what's next? Scissors. Exhale, exhale, switch. Scoop in the abs as you do this. I want you to use your core to bring that leg in. Hold that left leg up. I want you to lower your head down to the mat. Just take a little release here. That right leg is hovering off the mat. And then you're going to lift up. Take your hands forward. You can even take them behind your head if you need that assistance. I want you to circle this left leg without moving the pelvis. You can place your right foot on the floor if you need to, and then change the direction. Keep your circles small. And then switch legs, lifting up, hovering that left foot, take it across the midline of the body. Whew, stay with me, this is hard. Okay, other direction. Whew, core is on fire, deep core work. Okay, bend it in. Just take a little bit of a rest. Okay. And then you're going to lift up again. And then we're just going to go into bicycles. So I just want to make sure that I'm not interfering with my mic. Lifting up and over, really working on those obliques, contralateral obliques. Last 2, 1, hug it in. My abs. Okay, let's give the abs a little bit of a break coming onto our side. I'm coming onto my right-hand side. So you can rest your head on your arm. I want you to bring your legs a bit forward to the corner of your mat so that they're on a diagonal. You're going to push that top hip away. You can place your hand on the mat. Lift, abduct that top leg, taking it forward, flexing it forward, taking it back, pointing it back. So inhale, take it forward. Exhale, take it back. Press this top hand into the mat so it helps you stabilize. We're working on that stabilizing muscles here. Taking it back into hip extension. This is side kick. Go slow and controlled. You don't need to go fast here. I want you to work on that stabilizing because so many people struggle with that. Okay, lift that leg about hip height. Bring the other leg in so that it's in line with the hip. And then you're going to lower, lift, just lowering and lifting here, but press that top hip away. Find the gap between your waist and the mat. So you keep keeping that core connection, that good form. Don't sink into the mat. Okay, hold it up here. Bring the inner thigh to meet the top. So you exhale, inner thighs meet. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Getting into those adductors. So good for stabilizing the pelvis as well. Especially if you're pregnant. You want to work on those stabilizing muscles. Stabilize the pelvis. Okay, bring both legs down. Take your arm a little bit forward. Your bottom arm. Take the top arm on your hip. And then you're going to lift up into a banana shape. So you're going to lift the head, lift the feet off the mat, reaching for your toes. You're in a nice lateral flexion, side bend, lowering everything back down. So exhale, lift up, really find that length through the spine, and then lower back down. Try and do it slow, try and do it controlled. Okay, on your next one, I want you to lift up. Hold it here. Stabilize. Your brain is working hard as well as your body. Lift that bottom hand off the mat. Can you stabilize? Woo! Can you lift the whole arm off the mat? Stabilize, stabilize, stabilize. Okay, take that hand down. Keep those legs up. I want you to press into this hand, lifting up. You're going to roll onto your glutes, lifting up, reaching for the toes. So this is a teaser position. You can bend your knees if it's more comfortable for you. Otherwise, extend and reach for those toes, lengthen through the spine, rolling down vertebra by vertebra, keeping those legs hovering off the mat. You're on your forearm now. Your forearm is a bit further from your shoulder, rolling up, lift, lengthen, reach for those toes, rolling back down. Woo. Stay with me. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Let's do one more. Lifting, reaching, lowering back down. Lower everything back down. Coming onto the other side. Well done, well done. You should really feel that deep core working hard, as well as the glutes. Okay, so we're coming down onto our left-hand side now. Make sure that your feet are towards the corner of your mat. Your legs are on a diagonal. Abduct the top hip, flex it, take it forward, point, take it back. So really work on stabilizing here, going slow and controlled. I don't want you to go too fast that you are losing that control. Focus on that stability, pushing that top hip away. And you might find that you are more stable on the one side than the other, and that's totally normal. I am more stable on my right side than my left, but it also depends on the day. Okay, bring it in line with the hip, bring the bottom leg in line with the hip, and then you're just going to lower, lift. So the only thing that's moving in your body is that leg, that femur inside that hip socket. Let's go for another 3, 2, lengthen through that leg, 1, hold it up, bring the bottom leg to meet the top, squeezing the inner thighs together, lifting that bottom waist. You feel that you want to press the bottom waist into the mat as you lift and lower the bottom leg. That's totally normal, but try and lift it as much as you can. Let's go for another 2, squeeze, 1, take everything down, take that bottom arm a bit forward, help you stabilize, top hand on the hip, and then you're going to come into that side bend, lifting up, hovering the legs off the mat, reaching for those toes, find that length, find that stability, lowering back down. Getting into those obliques, that nice lateral flexion, so we're getting into that side waist, lowering it down. Exhale, reach, 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 lowering it down. Let's go for another 2, reach. Last one, holding it up. Can you take that bottom hand off the mat? Can you take the whole arm? It's okay if you fall over. And then we're going to push that hand into towards the mat. You're going to roll up, reaching for the toes. Really reach, reach, reach. I need to come back onto my mat. Okay. Reaching, and then rolling back down, keeping those legs hovering. Find that stability. Rolling up, reaching, rolling back down. Find that length through the spine as you roll up and reach. Lowering back down. Lower everything back down. We're going to finish off class today by doing some more oblique work. We're going to come into our side bend. So let's start with a plank. It's easier to get into. I want you to stagger the feet as you come onto the right-hand side. Okay, you're in your side plank. It's beautiful. And then we're going to come into a side bend. So really press into that bottom hand, lifting up and over. So you are lifting the hips, coming into that lateral flexion. You can feel a nice squeeze in those obliques. Lower the knee down, the bottom knee to the mat. Top knee comes towards the ceiling, lowering the hand down on the top. You're going to lift up and over, finding that rainbow shape, and then lowering down. Make it a smooth movement, squeezing the inner thighs together. Because we've warmed them up, they're ready to go. Lifting up and over, hold here, lowering everything back down. Okay, bring the legs together, reaching up and over, stretching out that side waist that we worked. Ladies, side body work is so important, and it's going to make you look good as well. Don't underestimate working on those stabilizers. Okay, coming into your plank, and then we're going to shift, staggering the feet into our side plank, lifting the hips, arms come overhead, find that lateral flexion of the spine, lowering down, tapping the hips to the mat, pressing back up, finding that nice arch, that nice banana shape or rainbow shape, if you like to call it that. Exhale, lowering it back down. Okay, last one, squeeze the inner thighs together as you lift up. Hold it here, find that nice rainbow shape, push that top hip up, lowering everything back down, bring the knees together, lifting up and over. Nice stretch. Okay. And then let's just do a quick stretch. So come down onto your tummy, bring your hands next to you, bring your elbows in towards your waist. And then I want you to press into the floor as you lift up, lengthen into extension, looking straight ahead, not up, not down, just straight ahead. Finding a nice stretch in the back. Opening up those abs, nice counter stretch for the abs. Okay, I want you to press back now to a sharp stretch. Rounding the back, just releasing, taking a nice big deep breath as you finish today's class. It was a quick class, but you did very well in getting through it. Taking the time for yourself, even if you did it in small pieces, that's okay. And then you're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra to seated. And that's it for today's class. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and thank you so much for joining me today.